For both 13 and 14, we see we have rational equations, and when we have a rational equation, the first thing we typically want to do is get rid of the denominators by multiplying both sides by the LCD. So from Algebra 2, hopefully you remember doing this, multiplying through by the LCD, first recognizing that 3x, 3x, and x all go into 3x, and so 3x will be our magic term that we're going to multiply both sides of the equation by. This is the LCD, lowest common denominator. Well, if we think about it, 3x times each of these fractions would mean this, 3x times 4x plus 12, that's in parentheses all over 3x, and then plus 3x times 1 over 3x. So 3x times everything means exactly that you're multiplying 3x by every single term. And what happens is, you multiply 3x times 1 over x, the x's cancel. Here the 3x's cancel. Here the 3x's cancel. And what you're left with when all the dust settles is 3 times 1 is 3. Over here, since the 3x is canceled, we're left with 4x plus 12. And then over here, third term, the 3x is canceled, so we just get plus 1. If we combine like terms, 4x plus 13 is what we get, 12 plus 1, 13. And then if we subtract both 13 from both sides, we end up getting negative 10 on the left, 4x on the right. And if we divide both sides by 4, we get negative 10 fourths, which is negative 5 halves, is equal to x. Checking this solution in the original equation, it wouldn't make any of the denominators equal to 0, so therefore check that solution, negative 5 halves, is the only real number that makes the original equation true. Let's try this one over here. In fact, after doing number 13, I would urge you to try number 14 on your own. So number 14, we're going to go ahead and multiply both sides by the lowest common denominator, which is 4x squared. And I'll do this problem with a little less work than the other one. 2x squared goes into 4x squared 2 times. 2 times 1 is 2. 4x squared times 1 over 4x squared is 1. And then 2x goes into 4x squared 2x times. And so all we are left with is 2 equals 1 minus 2x. So if you cancel, the 2x squareds cancel, you're left over with 2. Here the 4x squared cancels, you're left over with 1. Here 2x cancels, but you're still left with a 2 and an x, that's why we have a 2x up there. And I'm going to move the 2x to the left side by adding it to both sides. I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides, and I get 2x equals negative 1, and then dividing both sides by 2, I get x equals negative 1/2. And that's it.